You mentioned the term balanced with nature. What does it mean with nature? Nature is animals. Sceneries. What is nature? Nature is a collective force that affects the whole of reality called God. You can talk about the Creator or about God, but it's all the same. That's what Kabbalists are saying, that in Gematria, God is nature. So we have to understand that being balanced with nature and being attached or balanced with the Creator or with God is all the same. So keeping nature's law, keeping the Creator's commandments, is the same thing. What are the natural laws? Like gravity? No. All these rules are just one law. Love thy friend as thyself. When all of one's desires in our soul, there are 613 desires. If we correct them with the intention to do good to others, by that we correct our nature and achieve adhesion with the common nature, with the Creator. So nature loves his friend as itself. Nature, or God, is the law of love. If we correct our nature to also be in love and giving towards others, then we will be balanced in equilibrium with nature, and that will bring us harmony, goodness and perfection and eternity. That's what the Torah is intended for, to bring us to that state. What does it mean that nature is the law of love? The common force that affects the whole of reality, on all the worlds and on everything in them, the common force is the law of love. That's why it gives and develops and sustains everything and arranges it and brings life. And within it, there's an opposite force, the force of reception, the egoistic force. And these two forces collide with one another, and a person is in between. And he should correct the force of reception, the egoistic force, in such a way that it'll be balanced with the force of bestowal, the force of love. Sometimes nature gives unpleasant things, tsunamis, fires, and all that. Blazes, sometimes. Yes, of course. It's because we are inserting egoism into nature. We're causing all the bad things because we're not balancing ourselves with nature. It's like any force. You can use it positively or negatively, depending on how I understand it. The wisdom of Kabbalah understands how the system works, how the laws work, how these forces affect us, and how we can or should react to have it good. Just like in this world we study physics and chemistry and natural sciences, and accordingly we can succeed and use this world to our benefit. Similarly, the wisdom of Kabbalah helps us understand how to use the higher force to have it good, to succeed. Today there's a lot of talk about many electric cars being developed. Many companies are doing it. It's in to develop electric cars, and they're talking about tax reduction for buying electric cars. The state will encourage buying electric cars. You talked about the ego being in nature, and that causes natural disasters. Let's say we all drive solar cars. Even if we use cars that don't require any fuel, what will come out of it? We, people, are opposite from nature, not the games we build in our world. Ecology isn't a problem. It's a result of our own imbalance with nature. Ecology, diseases, corruption, everything that is happening all over the world. Whole species of animals are fading away. Drastic changes in people in just a few years. Look what happened. All of that is caused by man. It's written in the Zohar that everything else that's still vegetative and animate rise and fall along with man. But what is it we're doing wrong? Our ego, our egoistic desire to use everything to our own benefit goes against nature. Because in nature this force is opposite. It's giving and bestowal. What does it mean to use everything? To cut off trees? Today they're saying that the forests are becoming extinct because we want to use it. Exploiting the world is mainly about the intention that I don't care about anything or anyone. I only want to enjoy. Lack of participation, lack of consideration of others. Others meaning other people? Other people. Other people. That's it. Only other people. If we were considerate of other people, automatically we would also keep the rest of nature's levels still vegetative and animate. So when people build their relationships according to this law, then everything will be okay. Everything will be balanced at all levels. There will be no tsunamis, no diseases. Now a few people died here in Israel because of the cold. Why is that? That's nothing. We're talking about catastrophes that are approaching, that are like, they say that 2008 is, everyone's afraid. I don't know. It's written in all kinds of places. I don't really test it, because Kabbalah also says that. Because we are increasing our imbalance with nature, and it's really frightening. Is there a chance from your perspective? First of all, it depends on the Jews, not on the nations of the world. And they'll gradually understand it and start blaming us for everything. Who? All the whole world? The whole world. The whole world. They'll start turning to us. And then we'll really be in big trouble. We need to start explaining. First of all, inwardly, in the people, in the country, in the Jews among all over the world, that the correction of the world depends on us, only on us. And the Torah writes about it, and Kabbalah insists on it, and that we have to start correcting the world. We have to be a light to the nations. There's just no other choice. It's not that we choose it. We were chosen for it to begin with. As much as it may seem that we don't want it, it's not going to help us. It's our role. Still, give us a hint. How do you see the future? Is there hope? Do you see a positive change in the future? I'm hopeful that in 2008 we'll disseminate the wisdom of Kabbalah, first of all, in Israel, in such dimensions that, or proportions, that people who will only touch it, read a little bit, or be connected to it to some extent, that will affect positively the rest of the world, and the world will shift its direction, because there's great godly power to it, and those who engage in it, even just a few minutes a day, do themselves and the world a big favor.